Hello, innovators and builders, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Web3. Today, where we talk about how to find a killer idea that stands out. So, first of all, thank you so much, guys, for all the love for Web3 today. Web3 today is on the mission to build an all-in-one super app which is very curated and helps you navigate the entire Web3 ecosystem. Web3 today is built on the principle of rewarding, and it's one of the most rewarding and innovative learn to earn media company. So guys, moving forward, as Richard Branson says, a business is very simple idea which has to make people's lives better, meaning you have to find problems which needs to be solved. You need to find a killer idea where there is a need to solve problem, and that problem has a mass market. So guys, how to develop a killer idea that stands out? How do we evaluate that idea, right? So you need to have a very strategic idea for your Web3 startup. It directly solves the people's problem, which helps your business connects with the audience and with the community also on the monetary level. Remember guys, business does not exist for charity. The core objective of every single enterprise and business is to make money. So unless you're starting something like Ethereum or starting something like Litecoin, which is more like a foundation and which focuses more on solving social problems or social technological problems, it's a different story altogether. But if you're looking forward to start and build a Web3 startup, remember the idea has to be backed by money. There has to be a strong business model, and also that should actually make people's life better. And guys, as Peter Thiel said in his book 0 to 1, you need to find an idea or need to solve a problem 10x better than your competitors to always stay ahead in the game. So how would you find a killer idea, right? A killer idea can be generated from two aspects. One, either an idea is a completely new and innovative idea, it's completely disruptive, or you can identify the existing market gap. So the example of such ideas could be like the most innovative way of doing businesses. For example, Bitcoins, it transformed the entire trajectory of money. It actually changed the entire definition of money. And then after Bitcoins, after 6-7 years in 2015, there was another massive revolution, which was Ethereum. Ethereum made technology more adopted, made sure that there are more use cases apart from just being money. Ethereum made using of smart contracts possible. Ethereum made using computational power to bring a lot of use cases possible of this, and it was Ethereum which made possible for the idea of dApps. So guys, such ideas which is like very disruptive takes long time to develop, but once they go out, it actually changes the entire history. And it's very difficult to find such an idea, and at the same time, as an entrepreneur, you have to be very patient. You have to, look out for things at all levels, because you have to be at the right place at the right time. But there could be other ways of solving the problem as well, like identifying the gaps in the existing market. You can find challenges what Web3 users are facing. You can get to the community, you can engage with them, you can talk to them, you can question them, you can ask them that what is the problem, what is that problem which exists. Like for example, when Bitcoin was launched, it still completely worked on proof of work, and even Bitcoin still works on proof of work. That's why most of the people in the community don't like Bitcoin, because they feel that it consumes a lot of energy and it's not sustainable. And Ethereum also started with proof of work, but they later realized that the scalability is also very important, sustainability is also very important, and making transaction fees cheaper is also very important. So they replaced proof of work with their Shanghai upgrade and replaced it by proof of stake. So they focused on a revolution first, and then they focused on making things sustainable, making things easier and simpler to use, right? And then the other gap could be to identify the problems in the current system, so users can have like a better Web3 experience. Like for example, how Polygon made Ethereum chain faster. Polygon is a layer 2 blockchain which is built on the top of Ethereum, and it has made Ethereum much faster and cheaper to use. Right? You can also think of bridging some improved solution, something like aggregator, like what Web3 today is, right? If you look at Web3 today. Web3 today is trying to do something which competitors failed at doing, right? Like none of the competitor ever imagined that there could be like a learning company which can reward users for their experience and at the same time can generate revenue by keeping users first. So there has been a lot of failures, and such failures you need to look upon to, you need to learn from them, and this would definitely help you find the right gap. So we found a gap which is a mass market and which is a very, very big gap, and we studied models, how traditional media operates and how we are disrupting it and how we are approaching it. And to make it much more engaging, we are building like an all-in-one super app where users can have everything around Web3, right? So we are solving a problem where there is already a gap. We are solving a problem which is not very highly innovative in nature, but a problem which needs solution like this, right? So you need to always listen to your users. You need to always, build a product around them. We speak to so many people within the community. We ask them that, okay, what are the problems you face with the traditional media companies and how would you want to disrupt them? And then we realize that some of the reasons why there is very low engagement is that because the media companies are not rewarding enough, because there is not much content within the same platform. The content is much scattered. So we decided that, okay, we need to have a platform which has a lot of content, which not only just talk about news, but also talk about case studies. It also has a lot of reports. It also has a lot of learning, 360 learning around the technology. So we identified a lot of user inconveniences around the existing platform and then build a product around them and still building a product around them, right? So we need to find communities which share similar experiences. This is what we are also doing. So guys, identifying the right idea and the right gap is super important, because this is something which makes sure that you always stay apart. This lays the foundation for your vision and mission. This makes sure that you are always ahead of the curve and you know the right area where you need to focus. At the same time, it's also very important to set apart from your competitors, to understand what your competitors are doing. And in the next session, I'm going to talk about in detail about the market research, where I'm going to cover like the 360 degree aspect about the competitors and about the market. So just to give you a very high level and simple understanding, you need to define your target audience. After you finalize your idea, you need to make sure that there is like a very addressable SAM, TAM and SOM, right? You are going after a market where there is a space for you, where you know your strength, where you know your capabilities, because as an entrepreneur and as a builders, we also need to know our strength and capabilities. That is also very important, because you know where you can fit well, you know where and how you can deliver, you know, right, what you can build, what kind of resources you have. So you need to always define your idea very specifically, and also your target audience. You need to have a very grand mission and vision, but at the same time a very smart goals, which is like specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and also has a specific time to it. And you also need to know your own resources as well. And then after you finalize your idea, just gather a community. Just speak to 10, 20, 50 people, ask them for references, ask them, would you use such product if it exists? Talk to them about your exclusive USP, talk to them about how you benefit and how your solution would benefit the mass market. Talk to them, connect with them at the problem level, try to communicate effortlessly, be open, sharing your ideas, be open to hear critics, be open to everything. The key important element is communication. We need to communicate very effectively and very effortlessly. Be specific and detailed, as much as possible. And once you have MVP ready, implement it, test, invite these people, invite these early adopters, invite these community members to use your product, take feedback from them, because no product in the world can be perfect and there is a continuous process. But you just need to make sure that initially your core features are working fine. I mean, even as Web3 today as a company, we know that there's a lot of area where we need to improve. We are like a bootstrapped lean company, and we are building core features which is very important for the platform, which is at the heart of Web3 today, right? And then we also spend a lot of time with the community, with the developers, and try to understand, okay, what are the more interesting things or the areas where we can make Web3 today more decentralized. We can have more developers, and then we can implement like a complete transformation from web 2.5 to actually web 3 and beyond, right? So it's very important to have a right starting point, because there is a no end point. And I have seen in my experience most of the entrepreneurs unable to launch their product or even attract alpha and beta users because they never go to the market yet. They are always looking out and thinking for a perfect product. Guys, perfect product never exists. Your product need not be revolutionary. Your product or your platform should just focus on solving simple ideas, but these ideas has to be scalable. There has to be a defined value proposition to it, and then when you have all of that, it's very easy to scale it up, right? And it's also important to have right team. So in this series we are also going to talk about how to build your dream team. So guys, stay tuned and let me know your feedback. Let me also know your journey in the comment section below, and I would be happy to help and connect with you more. So here are some of the decentralized business ideas, and now you can also use ChatGPT. You can leverage the power of ChatGPT and ask it like, what are the most amazing Web3 ideas or the hot Web3 ideas, and how do we solve? I mean, you would have the entire world's knowledge at a go, right? So some of the ideas is to have a decentralized social media platform, a DeFi protocol for climate change. Climate change and sustainability has becoming like a very hot topic globally, and it is something which is at the very core of the world right now. And currently there is hardly any protocol or platform which actually measures sustainability, which measures compliance practice by the companies, which measures. So around the same line, Snapper has built a product called TraceChain. So TraceChain is essentially a green finance and a supply chain platform which focuses on waste management and circular economy, right? We help companies track their waste. We help companies in identifying and making sure that there is like proper audit and there is a complete traceability to the end goods. We make easier for companies and its ecosystem and its suppliers to have the complete traceability in place and to make sure that we are able to track. Definitely climate change is one of the most amazing areas to look out for. And then you can also look out for NFT marketplaces for digital arts and other real world assets, though there are a lot of marketplaces which exist today, right? And but they are not solving a lot of problem, because art, culture are something which is driven by community, right? So platform like OpenSea not essentially can solve all the problems, right? You can use platforms like OpenSea, think of it as an Amazon, where you can launch your NFTs and you can launch your ideas onto the platform, right? So you could think about creating something like collectibles, something art, paintings, handicraft, which is only available in your area, or which you see that which is very, very rare, very, very unique, and you see that there's a need for the world to know it. And all these ideas actually exist at the community level, because the culture in India and even the culture in one specific locality versus the culture which exists is like totally different. It's very, very unique. So you can also focus on launching product, services, collectible arts, which is focused or which is actually represents your community and your ideology, right? So you can use platform like OpenSeas, which is free to launch, and then you can build a community around it and then start selling your product as a digital asset backed by physical assets as well. So these are some of the amazing ideas, guys, which you can look out for, and also you could do research by yourself. So to summarize what we have seen, why is it important to have a killer idea? How to identify a market gap, and how do you develop a unique proposition? So you could just have a handbook and just have answers to every single step what you have seen in this video, and then we are just getting started, guys. And in the next video I'm going to talk about how to have well-defined market research, how to evaluate your idea and to know that your idea is scalable, your idea, there's a potential in your idea, and also your idea is investable and fundable, guys. So you can find all the amazing resources about Web3 and about the emerging technologies on our platform Web3 Today. And please do comment below to let us know how you feel and where we can improve, right? And we are always here for you, and thanks for being a part of our amazing community, guys. So Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Bye bye.